You wake up one morning, take a step out of bed, and suddenly you're floating. No, this is a dream. Earth's gravity just turned off, but only for 5 minutes. What happens next? Gravity is the invisible glue that keeps us, and literally everything, stuck to the planet. It holds our oceans in place, keeps the air from floating off into space, and makes sure your cereal stays in the bowl. But what if, just for 5 minutes, that glue disappeared? No gravity, no falling, no wait, let's walk, or rather float through this wild 5-minute ride. The very first second would be pure chaos. You, your phone, your cat, everything not nailed down, would immediately lift off the ground. At first, it wouldn't feel like flying. It would feel like your stomach dropping on a roller coaster. People would start bumping into ceilings, cars would drift upward, and coffee cups would spill in midair like tiny brown clouds. Oh, and that soda you opened? It's now a floating sphere of sticky doom. Next, things get weirder. Remember how gravity holds oceans in place? Without it, the ocean surface would instantly puff up into a giant globe of water. Huge waves would rise, break apart, and float away as massive water blobs. And it's not just water. The air we breathe is also held down by gravity. Without it, the atmosphere starts expanding and thinning out. No, you won't instantly suffocate, but you would feel like you're at the top of Mount Everest. Breathing becomes harder, your ears pop. Meanwhile, the ground itself isn't moving, but you are. Earth is spinning at over 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. Normally, gravity keeps us pinned down so we move with it. But now, you, your neighbor, your house, everything would float straight up while the Earth rotates beneath you. In just 5 minutes, you could drift a few kilometers sideways relative to where you started. When gravity snaps back, you're suddenly not over your house anymore. Congratulations! You might land in a completely different neighborhood. Planes? They're in trouble. Airplanes rely on gravity to generate lift relative to the ground. Without it, they just keep flying straight until gravity comes back. And then, well, not everyone will land smoothly. Satellites to the moon are safe. Gravity turning off only on Earth doesn't affect space. But our power lines, buildings, and bridges? Some of them would rip apart from their own weight, suddenly pulling them in different directions once gravity switches back on. Oh, and those giant floating ocean blobs? They're coming back down, all at once. The moment gravity returns is the real disaster. Billions of objects, cars, trees, people, and all that loose water would crash back down at once. Even though you'd only drifted a few meters, coming down at free fall speed would hurt, really hurt. Cities would flood instantly from all the displaced water, causing massive destruction. It would be like every coastline was hit by a global tsunami at the exact same moment. So, 5 minutes without gravity sounds fun, but it would be one of the most dangerous 5 minutes in human history. Most people wouldn't survive the sudden crash landing or the floods afterward, and it would take decades for cities and ecosystems to recover. On the bright side, hey, you get to fly for 5 minutes, but maybe keep your seatbelt on, just in case. So, would you risk floating for 5 minutes if you knew what happens after? Tell me in the comments. And if you enjoyed this little trip into chaos, hit that like button, subscribe for more mind-bending science, and share this with a friend who loves asking what if questions.